I think if you've never been to Eye of Africa and you arrive the first time, most people's impression, they're normally surprised at the size of the estate. Usually we'll take a drive up and go past sort of the restaurants and facilities and that kind of thing. And people will say, okay, cool, yeah, I understand, it's kind of what I expected. And then you go back to the gate, back to the roundabout, and then you can drive like 8 or 9 Ks all the way to the back of the estate, including the new section. So sort of the size of the estate is normally surprising for people on their first impression. Another thing I think that people should expect coming to the estate for the first time is a lot of open spaces, a lot of nature, a lot of parks, green belts. Obviously the golf course is really the main kind of keystone in you know, what the estate lifestyle is, and that's what the estate, I think in most cases, is known for, is the golf course. But aside from the golf course, there's still a lot of other open spaces and lots of nice nature that breaks up the development. Visiting the estate, I think you'll find a very big range of properties as well. Everything from 1-bedroom apartments to the big freestanding houses that you guys have done tours of. And I think then aside from that, just generally people will encounter a lifestyle that people live here that's very relaxed, very laid back, very secure. You'll see, you know, people with their garages left open and front doors unlocked and keys left in the car, and basically just a very relaxed environment.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of LP Vlogs. This is episode 6. We're currently at the Eye of Africa residential estate. We're going to be staying here for the weekend, and what we have in store for you guys is very exciting. We're going to be showing you guys a couple of the amenities. We know you guys like seeing the Eye of Africa videos that we've done in the past, so we're going to be showing you guys around, taking you through the interesting spots, different views, and we are going to be meeting up with a good friend of ours, Taylor Davidson, and he's going to be showing us his beautiful listing that he has in the estate. Gorgeous home, but excited to share this tour with you guys. If you like this type of video, do let us know down in the comments, and like the video, share the video. Always does help the channel get bigger, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the homes do get. So if you do like this, sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, and let's enjoy. So we're starting the tour here where Taylor said we should meet him. This is one of the newest sections of the Eye of Africa, the 3rd phase if I'm not mistaken, but as you can see now from here, it's incredible.
Yeah, like it's really beautiful. It's quite empty here as it stands, but I'm just having some crazy ideas of what I'd build. Something there, concrete, glass, looking over the view. I mean, it would be incredible.
I can already imagine the stands that will be here. Taylor's arriving now, which will meet him, and then we'll look at a couple of the units, a couple of spaces here. But yeah, he'll take us around through the entire Eye of Africa. He's one of the agents that deal with the entire estate. Brother,
Sabia,
how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. It's good to see you again.
It's been too long.
It's been a minute. Nice to see you.
This is Taylor Davidson, one of the agents at the Eye of Africa. We've worked with him with a couple of our past videos. I'll link those videos down below if you just want to catch up. But you said we should meet up here, and I have no clue why.
Cool. I thought this would be a cool place to start. It's kind of the furthest back part of the estate. You can see the full extent of the estate going to the front here. All of this behind us is all conservation areas. This, where we're standing now, is phase 10, which is the newest development within the estate. These are all freestanding properties. We basically just sell the stands, and then people will come with their own builders and, you know, basically then build their dream homes on these stands with these beautiful views, some of them looking back onto the conservation, others with the beautiful view towards Joburg. So there's some nice variety here. The stands kind of start at about 900k all the way up to sort of 3.2 mil, so there's quite a big range. And from here we'll kind of work our way through the estate. I want to show you guys one of our listings want to take you past some of the facilities within the estates. We've got 2 restaurants, a gym, some tennis courts, basketball courts, obviously all of the golf facilities. So hopefully that's what we'll be going through today.
And I'll put Taylor's details down in the description. If you are interested in something, the Eye of Africa, you can reach out to him directly. Excited for this tour, brother. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Right, so just arrived at one of Taylor's listings. Apparently one of his favorite ones. I'm not sure if you're allowed to have favorites, but this is one of his favorite ones. And just in terms of the specs on this home, what can you tell us?
So 4-car garage, 5 bedrooms en suite. One of those bedrooms has a nice little self-contained kitchenette lounge. It has its own entrance at the back. You can close up the door in between, and then it's essentially its own little space. You'll find the main bedroom upstairs, beautiful big balcony facing this afternoon sun. Open plan living space, a study, a cool little man cave below underneath the garages here, and then obviously lovely entertainment space, open plan, stacker doors. That's all of the things that I kind of like, as well as then nice views, nice sunlight. You can see this is west facing, so it gets all the afternoon sun, and then some nice north facing windows on that side to get the sun throughout the morning.
And even driving here, obviously it's adjacent to the park, but driving here, the views from here is insane, like mountain views, the park.
Yeah.
It's also very tranquil around here.
100%. You get a little bit of the fairway views. The way the estate is set up is that you'll always have these little parks and green belts that you can see around, so that the houses don't feel like they're on top of one another. The listing that we saw yesterday was 1830. That is a freestanding house on a roughly 800 square meter stand. It gives you kind of enough space for a decent sized property. That property is about 600 square meters under roof, double story plus a basement. It had a 4-car garage, 5 bedrooms en suites. One of those bedrooms is a self-contained unit that has a little kitchenette and lounge. It's got some nice private yard space at the back. On the front, it's got a beautiful deck, open plan living, stacker doors that open up, a very nice indoor-outdoor kind of living space. And obviously, nice finishes, wooden floors, a lot of extras in terms of underfloor heating, built-in vacuum systems, and a 5 kVA solar inverter.
Right, this is your stand that you're selling.
Yeah, this is one of them. So this is Magnolia Lane. It is on the 18th hole of the golf course. So this is obviously where the golf course finishes. It's nice and close to the restaurants and all of the other facilities, which we'll chat a little bit more about. The stand itself, 727 square meters. It's got a beautiful view right onto the 18th hole. You're a decent distance away from the course, so you don't have to worry about golf balls coming across. You're going to be far enough out of the danger zone. Nice thing about the property is you've got the trees behind you, so it's very, very nice and private. At the back, you look onto a neighboring game farm. Your north is out on this side, so you've got the longest boundary of the stand is on the north side, meaning most of the house is going to be nice and sunny.
Okay.
And this property also has approved plans. The guy who was planning to build the house, his plans have changed, so he's going to be selling the stand plus the plans that he's already done, so that'll save you a bit of time and money. And all in stands and the plan, you're looking at just under 1.2 million. So for a golf course facing stand, it's a pretty good deal. If you've looked around at other estates, especially other golf estates, you'll struggle to find something at this kind of price. It's our brand, it's something that we came up with, that we created, that ultimately we're responsible for. And I think when you have that thing that's your own, you're just inclined to work harder for it. You're inclined to care a little more about it. And that, I think, has been the biggest difference of, really just wanting to carry this brand well. Obviously, we did carry the other brands that we worked with well, I believe, but it's different, once again, when it's your own. It's a lot easier to work and sacrifice and do all of these things that you need to do. So we started the company 11 months ago. So next month will be a year. And to be very honest, not that much has changed. The difference between owning an agency and working as an agent, there's only a few other things that are kind of involved. I think the biggest change for us is just having the freedom to be able to decide to, not have to report to someone. We have a lot more freedom to be able to do deals, and sometimes there's deals that can be a little bit tricky, and you have to be creative, you have to compromise, and it's nice just being that decision maker with me and my co-founder to basically just, I trust him, he can make his decisions, he trusts me, I can make my decisions. Aside from that, also just, you guys know, when you have something that's your own, it's different. I think there's a lot of people who don't really know about the industry, and they look at it as, maybe a good part-time thing or something like that. And I think the couple pieces of advice I would give is, firstly, it's not something you can do part-time. It's something that you really have to go all out on and focus on, because it is a fairly competitive space, and part-timers really have a hard time, and it's hard to kind of build that momentum. It really is something that I believe you should focus on. And I think then just another piece of advice would be, kind of think long-term. Don't worry about trying to get the most out of each transaction, out of each deal. Don't worry about, fighting for an extra 1% commission. Just do deals, get happy clients. Don't worry so much about marketing and that kind of thing. Just focus on making sure you are good at what you do, that you keep your clients' best interests in mind. And if you do that, and that's the best way to differentiate yourself in a space that, quite honestly, has quite a bad name. People think of real estate agents as, sneaky or dishonest, and I'm sure they have good reasons for that. In the past, the industry wasn't very well regulated, and that sort of that has carried over. And I think to differentiate yourself, you just need to demonstrate that you're honest, that you are good at what you do, and that you look after your clients. And if you do that, you'll get a lot of referrals. You won't need to advertise. Pretty quickly, you'll start getting business purely from clients that you've helped.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.